Here we are once again at my far from complete model of Bolton on the Water station. This is on the line between Kingham and Cheltenham, the Cheltenham to Banbury cross-country route, and I'm using it to illustrate the new model which I've made, which is of the Buffalo class 060 saddle tank. And so here she is, and just set her in motion. So just shunting the yard here at Bolton on the Water. Now these saddle tanks, hundreds of various types were built with a number of variations, and she dates from about the late 1880s, early 1890s, and subsequently, of course, these saddle tanks were rebuilt with pannier tanks, and they became the familiar Great Western pannier 060 pannier tanks. But I wanted to model the saddle tank because I like the look of the saddle tanks in any case, and I felt that I just need to pull a bit further forward here, and I felt it would be a useful addition to the different locomotives that are available in Trainz. So I did start several brief videos about how I made this loco, but I didn't get any questions. I got at least one nice comment, so I thought, well, I'll just push on and make the locomotive. And so now that it's finished, I'll be able to release it very shortly, and it will be available from my website, the details of which are at the end of the video. And just looking at her, yeah, she's running fine. And I always find that I get not a very good frame rate when I'm using this layout. This layout of mine actually stretches from Banbury right through to Cheltenham, with many stations along it, and I don't think one of them is finished. Bolton on the Water station itself, the station house is available on my website. That's the original station house, and the layout is correct. And I can remember seeing the beaching axe finally fell on it. I can remember coming from school and sitting on the bank up by the bridge there and watching the steam trains go by and shunting in the yard. Though not, of course, this type of locomotive, which had been rebuilt and replaced long before that. So most of these freight wagons here are ones that I've made, and particularly these, the gas tank wagon, the crocodile, the macaw, and those open wagons there. But the others, this van here is not mine. Of course the loco is. So I'm just going to gently nudge number 1173. There we go. And now I'm going to continue to push the gas tank wagon and the crocodile up to the guard's van, which is again not mine. Although I should say that it's my intention now to follow up making this model of the 060 ST Buffalo class. I'm going to make some one or two Great Western Railway brake vans of my own. So let's see if that's coupled up. Let her pull it on. See if the shunter's done his job. Yes, he has. That's good. So we can get weave in there. And let's just go a bit further forward so we can get a view of the Buffalo class as she comes by. That's inside the goods shed. there, which again that's an accurate copy of the Bolton on the Water goods shed and the Bolton on the Water signal box. The water tower and the tank and the tower there, the platform end tower, are made by other people. I think the lamps are mine. I can't remember. I did do a number of lamps. Keeping track of it can be a bit difficult, but there we are. Very typical train that I would have remembered seeing at Bolton on the Water back in the early to mid 1960s. Let's just make sure we've got. There's a very awful little bump there I've just seen in the track. And there's some track disconnected, so you can see there's quite a bit I should do to correct this. But it's a layout which I've done a lot on in the past, and now I'm tending not to do very much with it, which is I suppose a bit of a shame, but eventually I'll get back to it. That's the joy of doing these sims, and in fact it's because there's always models that I want to make. So there we are. So that's a late 19th century Great Western Railway 060 saddle tank, which I think will be of use in a number of layouts, anything Great Western, and follows on from my Armstrong Goods locomotive, which I released just about a month ago now. I should also stress that the engine spec for this is pretty close to the actual class of locomotive, and that the engine specs for the Armstrong Goods has been changed, and you can download the update from my website in about a week's time, and also the engine spec for Prince Christian, which was that Armstrong single driver, is currently being redone, so there'll be a more prototypical engine spec available for that before too long. So there we are. There's my little saddle tank. I'm really quite pleased with it. I think it looked quite well. I've made a number of compromises on the detailing in order to make sure it runs okay. But the rivets I think I've got correct. I'm not exactly a rivet counter, but I did count some rivets. For example, all the rivets up the side of the tender there, and indeed the rivets here. Okay, so that's where I'm going to leave it. So that's my new locomotive, which you're very welcome to download. Freeware, of course. If you have any queries, questions or comments, please do post them onto my YouTube channel, and indeed if you haven't done already, please do subscribe. So I'm not far off the 600 subscriber mark, so it'd be rather nice to get up to 600, and I'd better stop this before it ramps up. I'll just make sure that's 0. There we are. And so there it is. And you just have to imagine a very young me right up there on that hillside. Number 1173, a new addition to Trainz railsim.